View impressions after 18 days / played. Okay, let's go. Turn this up a bit.
Hey guys, Frost here. Welcome back. It's been a while.
Hi.
For the past 30 days I've been playing...
What? Oh, I thought that was a hedgehog, man. That's a mic cover. It's not a hedgehog. It's a mic cover.
The beta like a maniac. And I think it's mostly due to the fact that we're doing classic World of Warcraft videos on this channel, and we never get the opportunity to actually play the game.
That's
so,
true.
as you might know, for the past year or maybe a year plus, I have not played on private servers. And now that I got the opportunity to play and stream the game, it was really hard to do anything else, to be honest. I had sessions where I played 32 hours straight without stopping.
What the fuck?
I managed
Goddamn.
in less than a month to play about 18 days / played on 2 characters.
Holy shit. 18 days? Oh my god, man. Alright, so this guy, alright, so he's taking it seriously. What's my / plate? I'm at 11 days.
What?
Yeah, I'm at 11 days. How many are you at?
I don't know. Let me log in.
Okay. Just give me a second. Let's see, yeah. 11 days. No life, dude. He used to play BDO for 32 hours every single day. Wait, he played BDO 32 hours every day? Wow. That's a lot. Okay, let's see how many McConnell has. Just give it a second. I'm actually curious about this. Yeah, that's a huge amount, man. Let me say that. Let me read some of these real quick before I get too far
18
behind.
days, 21 hours, 3 minutes.
How much?
18 days, 21 hours, 3 minutes.
Holy shit. And you didn't even start beta on the first day.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's insane. Okay, alright. Looks like I am being the casual here. You should stream 48 hours every day? I guess so.
There's a mage and a rogue.
Okay.
Both of them to level 40. I grinded over 1,000 gold. I got mounts on both characters, fully decked professions, and best in slot gear. It's just been...
Wow.
a hell of a fun.
Holy shit.
Now, there are some good things about the beta, and there are some bad things about the beta. I'm gonna go through them in this video.
Okay.
First of all, I want to talk about the core gameplay of the beta. As you might already figure that out, it's probably self-explanatory. After playing that much time, the game is good, right?
I would hope so.
It does have flaws, though. And I'm going to get into the first flaw, which is the layering.
Okay.
During the first 2 weeks, I didn't really notice it, as the beta was really...
Yeah, it never happened at the beginning.
And so on. But as they stopped giving invites and people that received the invites stopped playing, the beta kind of died in a way or another.
That's the funniest thing, is they didn't do the layering at the beginning whenever there was a lot of people. They did it after people started already quitting.
Like going through Orgrimmar, it's very hard to find someone. Sometimes you're alone in front of the bank in Orgrimmar, which is very weird because there are more people in Orgrimmar. But due to the layering system, you cannot see them. There might be 5 or 6 layers, I don't even know in the game, and people are split in different layers. Apparently you have a native layer to your character. I think this was discussed before.
A native layer? What the fuck?
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
What the fuck?
I'm pretty sure you've seen a lot of videos with exploiting with the layering.
We have.
Such as looting the arena chest in Gurubashi Arena.
Yep.
By swapping layers, such as getting mithril deposits or thorium deposits by swapping layers and so on. Or maybe treasure chests, whatever.
I'm gonna do that so
Also,
much, man. It's gonna be
tested it
great.
myself, it works like that. I've been trying to find grind rare elites such as Prince Nazjak for the title charm, Rumbler in Badlands, and so on. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, depending. You must know your friends in which layer they are. It's a bit complicated, but we'll get more into it later. Now, this creates a situation where it's very weird because you can abuse the layering system beyond what I thought in the beginning, right? So, for example...
Oh, that was my... That guy's in my guild! That guy that just killed him is in my guild!
Beyond what I thought in the beginning, right?
Nova! Wow! Look at this! Nice job, dude. Hey, good job.
So, for example, a couple of days ago, I got stream sniped on my channel on Twitch. And I avoided the stream sniper by swapping the layers. I was in Tanaris.
Smart.
He was ganking me at killing the thieves and the assassins. And I swapped the layer, and then for about an hour, I was fine until the guy managed to find my layer.
Right.
So this is another way to exploit the layering system. So first of all, looting the Gurbashi arena chest, getting rare resources, avoiding stream snipers, and maybe there are even more hunting rares, of course, but maybe there are even more layer abusing mechanics that we don't even know at this point. So I know that initially it was said by Ion Hazakostas that layering should not be in game for more than phase 1.
Right.
But I think
that's
if
what
they
he said.
keep it in game for the phase 1 will create something to the server, a damage that it's undoable, such as like ruining the economy. And I was trying to think of a fix.
I don't think it's going to ruin the economy. Because if each layer is supposed to be popular, the only way it would ruin the economy is if there are more layers in the game than there should be. If each layer is supposed to be for 3,000 people, and there's going to be, let's say, 4 layers, so there would be 4 times as much resources. There's also 4 times as many people that are trying to buy those resources. So as long as the layers are scaling in the same way that the population is scaling, there should be no problem with the economy going bad. And that's just basic math, right? That's just shifting. Yeah, no, I'm saying. Wait, is that question marks? They won't though. Wait, is that really question marks? Yeah, it's basic economics. What? No. So, okay. Okay. Just a minute. Let me show you guys. All right. This is really important for me to explain. Just give me 1 second here. Let's open up. Let's open up Microsoft Paint. All right. We're gonna do a new document. Okay. Just one second. Yeah. We'll save that. Okay. So imagine that we have this. Okay. So as generally, right? As more resources are in the game, right? You're adding more and more resources. So this is resources right here. It's going up. And if the population is stagnant, and it's static, right? The population stays the same. The price of those resources is going to go down, right? As more resources are added into the economy, the price of the resources are going to go down because the demand stays the same. Do you see what I'm saying? It's an X. So this is the resources, that's the price, okay? So let's look also, now how is this different from layering? Layering is implying that the resources that are going to be added into the economy artificially through layering will mirror the increased population that the layering will be there to combat against. So they will both be going at the, actually it's not even gonna go up at all. Let me just do this again. Actually, shit. Okay, just give me 1 second. Sorry, I fucked that up. Don't save. It's going to be the same. So as the population stays the same. Actually, no, this is fine. As the population stays the same, or as it goes up, and the layers go up, then that means there's no increase in population. No, here's what I'm saying, right? This is the layering going up, right? This is the resources being added in for layering. So the more layers there are, the more resources there are. Both of these are linked together. So because there is an equal amount of population increase, right, hypothetically, the population increase will offset the value of these items going down because there are still enough people in order for those items to continue being valid and worthwhile. Okay, just a second. I put it on sub-only mode. This is so retarded. Okay. What is wrong about this graph? What's wrong about this graph? It's true, people are stupid. No, like is there any actual disagreement here? A problem is that one person. Wait, what is this here? Is it one person can get the most out of resources? That's not a problem. Like it's really not. I mean, that's also assuming that there's nobody else on the other layers farming for those resources at all, and that they're all simultaneously respawning at the same rate. Like, it's completely overblown. How will it affect the economy? Is wealth gap between people who don't abuse it and the people who do? How do you think that's going to realistically affect the economy? Like, how will that affect you? Maybe one guy is going to have 500 more gold than you do? It will have no effect on you as a player. Because also, like, items are not going to be sold with those players in mind only, because there are so many other players on the server. There will be so many of those items, like Lionheart helms. Like, there's going to be hundreds of Lionheart helms on the server because there's so many people out there farming them at the beginning of Phase 1, right? Actually, I don't even know if they have Lionheart helm in Phase 1. The point that I'm trying to make is that, you know, these items will scale in the same level, or the same way that the demand for them will scale. You're assuming that players will abuse layering to the same extent. There won't be such a small percentage of hardcore abusers that will get more mats and gold than the rest. Yeah, I don't think that the hardcore abusers getting more mats and gold than the rest of people is going to be harmful for the game overall. Is it going to be a few people that are able to obtain an advantage by having these things? Yes, they are going to be able to do that. Is the few people that will be able to gain an advantage by having these things a reason to completely change the way that the layering works because of that for the entire player base, because of maybe like 50 or 100 people? Absolutely not. It just seems like a ridiculous thing to do. It's almost like the logic that you guys are using is the exact same logic that Blizzard used whenever they got rid of Master Loot. Well, let's get rid of it for everybody and make everybody suffer because there's a few dipshits. Of course they're not going to do that. One lotus, for example, 4 layers means 4 lotuses. 4 layers does not necessarily mean 4 lotuses, because you're saying that under the pre-assumption that people are not farming the lotuses on the other layers organically in the first place. It's not some kind of like massive, every resource is multiplied by 4 for people that are finding these things. Also, nobody really knows how easy or hard it's going to be to coordinate inviting the layers, if there's going to be a cooldown on it or anything like that. Nobody has any clue. Supply doesn't increase at a constant rate. It only goes up in steps. Of course it does. Some people have more gold than others anyway. It will be a farm or point. Yeah, that's like saying streamers are going to ruin Classic WoW because they're going to get money from their viewers. It's not going to affect the game in a large scale. It's just going to affect it in a small way. Saying it in agreement. Okay, all right. Sorry, I was confused here. But if the server is split into 4 layers, that still means 4 lotuses. Yes, and it also means 4 times as many players to go after those lotuses, because demand is scaling with the amount of resources that are being put into the economy, so the price is not going to change. Like, that's how it works. That's economy. This is so simple. Like, if you're over 16, you should understand this. Doesn't everyone need flasks? Yeah, of course they do. All right. 4 times the consumption amount. Exactly, dude. I just wanted to make sure that you guys understand why I don't think layering is going to have any sort of a meaningful impact on the economy. It might change. The variance, I would say, is 10% between the value of items. I would be amazed if it was more than 20. Okay. Let's get back to the video. I explained the graph. Thank you very much for attending my my TED Talk on price and demand. Let's get back to it.
On how to keep layering in the game and at the same time avoid exploiting it. And my best idea about this: only keep layering until level 20 zones, like I don't know, Westfall, Barons, and so on. Even that might still, people would find a way to exploit it. But if you keep it only on level up to level 20 or 30 zones, people won't manage to get the rare resources, people won't manage to get the important rares, people won't manage to get the Gurbashi Arena chest, and ganking doesn't really happen until level 20 plus.
Yeah,
right?
I'd say so. That's probably true.
Or ganking, whatever, to avoid an undesirable situation. And only keep the layering in game for maybe 2 to 3 weeks. Now, as the population of the beta went down and down, because the people who received invites were probably streamers that just wanted to check it out. Maybe players that weren't playing back in vanilla and they gave up. Okay, it's nice, maybe I'm gonna play it when it's launched. Now it's time. I played the beta until today, even today I logged, and I think I got like 40 to 50 bugs, which in my opinion,
Sounds just like vanilla WoW. That sounds exactly just like vanilla WoW. Okay, that's perfect.
bit proud. If I managed to make a contribution, I think some of them were unique. If I managed to make a contribution to making Classic World of Warcraft better, I'm pretty happy about it.
Okay.
Now, the layering, it's a very weird issue, because some people are okay with the layering and some people are going crazy about it. I think it doesn't have to be removed. I think the layering has to be fixed to a point where it's not exploitable anymore. And you already know the major exploits with the
anything's exploitable. Like, the thing is that, like, Blizzard made this mistake in current WoW by trying to create all these different microsystems that are supposed to police players and make sure they're not exploitable. And at a certain point, it just became so constricting that it was confusing and just a bad experience for players. I don't think Blizzard should really do anything about the layering. The one thing that I think they do need to do about layering, though, this is one thing that I'll definitely say, is that there cannot be empty layers. Like, let's say there's a layer, like a new layer triggers at every 3,000 players. Whenever it gets to 3,001 players, don't put that one person in layer number 2. Wait for it to get to like 4,000 or 5,000, and then create a new layer with the overflow of 1,000 or 2,000 people. So that is one thing that I do not want to have happen. Anything's exploitable, so there's no reason to try and prevent it. Well, Blizzard has tried very hard to prevent people from exploiting the game, and now we have BFA. So I don't think that there's a problem with this at all. It's not a big deal.
Resources and so on. Let's move on. The second issue in the game, it's a mechanic called Leeway. I'm sure at this point you've seen a lot of videos. The melee.
Yeah, we watched this video the other
day.
day.
Strafing, you can increase your melee range by a couple of yards, 2 to 4 yards. I'm not sure exactly. Let's say 30%.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what people don't know is that the leeway, it's not actually a melee leeway. It's a general leeway, and it works on spellcasts. As I tried this with my mage in PvP fights and in
we've seen this before.
Right? So normally when you cast Arcane Explosion with the mage, you have a 10 yards range. But if you do something like backpedal and then strafe, you can increase the range of your Arcane Explosion.
Wait, what the fuck? I thought this was only with melee.
Yards. Sometimes
wait, really?
You can almost take all of the screen with Arcane Explosion. And I know people focus on melees like this. The meta will change in the game, but
this is amazing.
The leeway actually affects casters as well.
I didn't even know that.
This leeway, apparently the top Taurens have an increased
the top Taurens, I like that.
So they can hit to a higher range than a normal warrior, an undead or an orc warrior, just by default, by passive.
Yeah,
but
sure.
if they use the leeway mechanic, the range of, let's say, an enhancement shaman, Tauren shaman.
This is the guy that wouldn't listen. No, I know exactly who the fuck this guy is. This is the guy that wouldn't listen whenever we were trying to kill Nathanos Blightcaller, and I had to call him out specifically by name to come back. This guy's in my guild. Leeway argument's dumb. Well, it's that all these people that were from private servers want all these changes that emulate their private server experience rather than just having the game be vanilla like it used to be. Like that's all it is.
Up to probably 15 yards, which is crazy. I've seen a couple of clips where an enhancement Tauren shaman swinged and killed a mage by probably 12 to 13 yards, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's a little bit too much.
I can already see that this mechanic will change the meta a lot in the game, making melees more powerful than they used to be in vanilla, first of all. Second of all, classes will have to suffer. Classes such as the Hunter, which has a dead zone. His dead zone was already exploitable and abusable by even in vanilla, so that's the way you're gonna choose a Hunter. You have to be ready to...
700 people don't do it to me.
Take the hits. But with this leeway mechanic, it's gonna be even worse in my opinion. Not sure exactly what they can do to fix it. I don't remember this leeway mechanic being a thing in vanilla. It might have to do something with the fake spell batching they implemented into the game, which works actually. I did a duel with Swifty and we killed both of each other at the same time at the duel. I ganked him in open world. He actually swinged at me after he died. It might be because of the lag, as I'm playing on an NA beta server.
We've heard of spell batching charges. We've heard of spell batching picking up a flag. But have you heard of being a spell batched auto attack after you've killed the player? I mean, that's really, hey, we've been waiting for that. That's amazing. This is one thing I do feel like the spell batching, because the spell batching is supposed to artificially recreate the lag that happened on the server back in the day. I don't, look, I mean, I don't, they need to tune that down. And I don't know how they need to do it. I don't know how it works at all. All I know is that you shouldn't be able to return a flag and then have it picked up at the same time. There's a problem with that, because that certainly didn't fucking happen in vanilla WoW. And that is a core gameplay mechanic. Spell batching is misadjusted. Yeah, it's just misadjusted. That's all there is to it.
But it might be because of the spell batching. But I'm thinking that the Leeway, it's either a mechanic that was implemented in Legion or something, or in a later expansion, either a side effect from the spell batching system. I do not know for a fact.
Okay.
But it could also be because of the strafing bug. Now, since the beta has started a month ago, everyone has been reporting this bug. Whenever you have a mob or a target in your target, whenever you strafe, you move to 180 degrees to the left, facing west or facing east.
Sure, okay.
It's not a natural strafe, right? The natural strafe only occurs when you don't have a target selected. And it's very weird. It makes a character look weird. It might be because of the strafing bug. We don't know. I don't understand Leeway. I just know it's in game and it has big implications. In terms of bugs with classes, the mage. I've been playing the mage, the rogue, and a bit the hunter so far.
All right.
The mage seems to be okay. One problem I noticed with the mage was with a cone of cold. Like, cone of colds miss a lot, like 40 or 50% of the time.
Yeah.
I assigned this as well to the strafing bug, or maybe to the latency, because I'm playing on
They did that shit. Like, the strafing bug is in the current fucking game. Like, he probably doesn't know this, because I don't know if he even plays current WoW. But if you were strafing left or right, and you tried to shockwave somebody, it would miss almost every single fucking time. So the odds are this is probably an issue that happened with, like, cone abilities, because shockwave is also a cone ability. This is probably an issue that happened with cone abilities that is it's a holdover since they reversed or, like, back engineered classic WoW from the 7.35 engine in, like, current WoW. Right? I'm pretty sure it's inaccurate to build at the moment because because of this shit. Well, that's the thing. It's like the spell batching, right? And that's what I'm trying to say. It's like spell batching does have a lot of problems. I don't know if this is spell batching specifically or whatever you want to call it, right? However, they're trying to emulate the lag is dysfunctional. That's the point that I'm trying to make. You don't really hit spells and people standing directly behind you. Yeah, that's a problem too. And I think that's also with spell batching.
An NA server, or maybe to the spell batching system. But it doesn't feel natural. The cone of colds are missing more than... And I remember from back in Burning Crusade and so on, cone of colds were hitting 80 or 90% of the time.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, how stupid do you have to be not to hit a cone of cold? Another bug, differences
That's
in
a good
animation,
point.
spell animations, like, you know, with the charge, with the warrior, or the rogue stealth animation happens too fast, or the hunter seems to be more screwed up than other classes, and I think that's because they took the Legion hunter, they stripped it down of his focus and whatever abilities he had, and they had to redesign it all over again. And now what happened, it ended up pet being his pathway being fucked up, his attacking and following system being fucked up. I barely could play the hunter. The auto shot seems to be bugged. I'm assuming that they still have 2 months until release. Maybe they'll get fixed. But at the rate those bugs
we'll see
are
what
being
happens.
Fixed, I don't know what to say. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to bash the system here. I've been playing the game for 18/play days in a month like a maniac. Like I said, I even had a 32-hour session. I don't...
A blue item, what the fuck?
I can tell you that if they would release the game right now in its current state, it would have been better than it used to be in 2004, 2005, because there were more bugs then. The core gameplay of the game, it's amazing. The game is addicting, the game is engaging, the community is alive,
Yep.
the game is thriving,
That
everything
necklace is my
feels
best
to be
in slot.
exactly what it needs to be.
I don't have it.
However, those layering issues must
Fuck.
be addressed, and the leeway must be checked again, because it feels unnatural. Other things I noticed in the beta.
I don't know about the leeway being unnatural. Like, the main thing, in my opinion, in terms of, like, gameplay, what I think they really need to make sure they fix is the fucking, the spell batching. Like, in my mind, like, being able to cast spells from behind, being able to, you know, pick up flags while you're dead, like, that is the main thing that's going to affect every single player all the time. And, yeah, I mean, no changes? Well, that's the thing, right? Is that the spell batching is an artificial change to make it more like the game the way it used to be, right? So are you trying to emulate the game in terms of, like, I don't know, it's a more complicated argument than that, right? But, like, the way they do spell batching, I just think the window needs to be smaller. I mean, that's really all it comes down to. If there's leeway, then there should also be spell batching to make it fair. Well, I don't know. I mean, all I'm saying is that the spell batching feels like it's the most unnatural thing in the game. Like, being able to auto attack from pretty far away, yeah, that's pretty stupid too, and they probably could they could at least shorten it, right? Rather than making it like just completely getting rid of it, in the same way they're not like just completely getting rid of spell batching, they just need to make it less prevalent and less common. That's what I would say.
Game abuse. So there's less game abuse on the beta compared to a private server. But if we can call it game abuse, because some things like exploiting the poison quest. If you guys know, on private servers you get the poison quest, and then you can level your lockpicking up to 175 by destroying the quest item that you loot from the chest and reopening the chest over and over. Now on classic beta,
that's smart.
If you destroy a quest item, your quest will be automatically abandoned from your quest log. It doesn't matter if it's a lootable quest item or one that you got prior to accepting the quest.
Was that in vanilla? Like, I don't remember that being in vanilla. Yeah, I didn't think so. Like, no, I don't think that's yeah, that was like a Legion thing. They should probably get rid of that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because again, that's not the way the game used to be. Like, I think that you should be allowed to throw away quest items. Absolutely. Because that was the way the game used to be.
This is quite interesting because you cannot really abuse things like that. Also, another bug that I found, the lock chests that are found underwater or on Red Ridge, they do not work. That has been reported. It has not been fixed yet. Other things like mages and hunters farming dungeons in Maraudon or probably even Darmo. The /camp system where you reset the dungeon and you get teleported to the beginning of the dungeon does not work. So in order for you to do this, you have to die and run back. Front stabbing for rogues does not work. Front stabbing is not a thing that will work on the beta.
Yep.
Talents, spells, and so on, they are so different compared to private servers. For example, on the mage, the clear casting, the arcane concentration talent, does not proc as often as it does on private servers. It's still a good talent, don't get me wrong, but it's not the same mechanic as a private server would have.
Okay.
Things like, I know you've seen a lot of videos where people think that the mobs hit too low on private on the beta.
We've seen a lot of those.
But actually, they don't feel low. And once you advance in level, now that you got the increased level from 30 to 40, you'll realize that the mobs are more complex than I know. On private servers.
There's a lot of people that have played on private servers so long, they think that private servers are a better authority on the Blizzard game than Blizzard is. This is very common.
Casters having more spells. For example, the Troll Shamans in Stranglethorn Valley having a blast wave that hits for about 250 damage. An Earth Shield or a Lightning Shield that they pop very often. And so on.
Okay.
Some mobs like the Curtain Rogues in Stranglethorn Valley, whenever they try to flee away from you, they throw a smoke bomb at your feet, rendering you unable to move, so you cannot chase them down. So basically what I'm trying to say is, even though some mobs hit less than they do on private servers, they kind of compensate with the artificial intelligence the mobs have. They're
What?
more smarter on Blizzard servers and so on.
What?
Mobs fleeing away from you, they run faster. Yet again, getting you in more situation where you can die. And trust me, I died a lot on the beta, even with the hunter. And the only reason why some of my characters were leveled easy, it's because on my rogue I had a Shadow Fang from level 19.
Yeah, I guess they're just
so
better
on.
scripted. That's what he means to say.
Other mobs,
basically.
like in Alterac Mountains, there's some casters that
Okay.
have a... I was fighting them with my mage. They have a frost shield. They summon ads, and they're just more intelligent in the way they're behaving.
Okay.
There are other good things, like I've noticed that probably 99% of the quests are working properly, which is great. Another thing that doesn't work like on private servers, it's the AoE grinding. Now, on private servers, you can slow down the mobs to a point where you can literally walk and outrun them. On beta, some mobs run faster towards you, even when they're slowed. I don't know if they have leeway mechanic, but they can
What the
hit
fuck?
you. So if you plan to
What the
AoE
fuck?
farm with a mage, be careful to start easy, pull less mobs until you get the hang of it.
What the fuck?
Of course, a lot of you probably managed to play it on the stress tests that were available, 3 or 4, and the last one that was available to NA and Oceanic was up to level
never mind.
15.
That's a little bit weird.
Probably they'll make more stress tests, and maybe they'll increase the level cap on the beta, so we'll be able to see more. The point is that with all the good things and bad things about the beta you've seen on Reddit or on forums or on streams, whatever, videos, I want to tell you something. In the past 30 days, I had the most fun playing a game probably since 2008. And I'm not joking here. When was the last time I played 32 hours straight a game? Get so involved, so immersed into the game, so addicted. I kind of took it slow now. I'm taking it slow. I'm coming back to the channel and I'm trying to make videos for next week and so on.
Fuck yeah, that's amazing.
The point is that in 27 August, I think you're going to have the same fun as I did, and everyone will have. I don't want to lose my faith in the Classic WoW development team. I think that they will address those issues. I hope they will address those issues, and please, Blizzard, make a game that we can be proud of, we can enjoy, and last for a long time. Because currently there are very little on the market that can provide the same amount of fun as Classic World of Warcraft does.
None.
It has been proven on Twitch, on YouTube,
absolutely,
on Google Trends. Classic World of Warcraft is going to be big. Please make it work. Please don't fuck it up. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Please
don't
let me
fuck
know
it up.
What you think
Hey,
about the beta in the
there
comments
it
down
is.
below. What do you think it's bad about it? What do you think it's good about it? And until next time, stay frosty.
Frostradamus, stay frosty. There we go, dude. There we go. Video is pretty good. I mean, like as I said before, like the melee, like the long melee ranges and like ranges of, like the arcane explosions and shit. Like that probably needs to be toned down. Like they probably should just tone down like whatever they had the leeway mechanic to be, and also the spell batching to be a little bit more realistic. Because I think people like right now, overwhelmingly the combat does seem disjunct. So hopefully they'll know what to do with that. That's the main thing, right? Link video? Yeah, let me link the video right here. Just give me a second. There you go. There's the video that I watched right there. Let's see, are there any other important comments here? Layers only level zones, 18 days plays is 18 days / played in a month is 14 hours every day. Fuck yeah, dude. What's wrong with that?